I think most of you are well aware about Lionsgate and what this day represents. Eighth day of the eighth month. Every year we come into this alignment with the star system Sirius. Now, before I talk a little bit about that, I think it's worth mentioning that there's some discussion always when we're basing things on dates. There's always some discussion around the fact that we operate and base our dates on the Gregorian calendar, which was a manipulated calendar that got away from the ancient cyclical calendar of the planets and the stars. And the more, the indigenous cultures were very in tune with all that. So there's always a little bit of discussion around, well, on this date, it's not really in alignment. And I would agree with that. But I think one thing that happens when we are basing these things off of the Gregorian calendar, well, there's two things. One is that the Gregorian calendar, every 4 years, they realized that they were a little off kilter. So every 4 years, we have a leap year to sort of make up for that time that got off sync. But the other thing is when we have a date, and there's something like this, where there's a collective intention, the collective consciousness is around this. And take just this, for example. Maybe some of you have already done other transmissions or participated in other events for today. When we have an event on a particular date, there is a collective consciousness around that. And that alone is extremely powerful. So the other thing that's worth mentioning is that this alignment with Sirius, it's a portal, meaning that there's a time span. I think July, I don't remember the exact date, 27th through August 12th. So there's a couple weeks in there, which also helps us sort of fiddle with that exact timing. There's a window here. And I even heard a couple people say that this year, the full alignment, the full power of the energy won't actually happen until that space around the 9th or 10th of the month. So I think all that being said, we don't need to get too caught up in the exactness of it. We're here with this intention of receiving because of this alignment. And the alignment itself is very real. Sirius is what is often known as our spiritual sun. We have our sun in our solar system, and Sirius is like our spiritual aspect. In the same way, we have a body, which we could correlate to the sun in our solar system, but then we have an etheric body, a celestial body, our energetic system. 8-8, since we're talking about the alignment of dates, 8 in numerology is known as the number of manifestation, empowerment, and abundance. And if we turn 8 on its side, it becomes the infinity symbol. And I think all of this sort of feeds into the overall aspect of what this alignment is all about. This really isn't just about astrology and alignment of planets. This is ancient wisdom. It's our connection to these galactic forces that are far beyond what our modern science and technology understands. The ancients were very, very connected to these galactic civilizations, and they understood that there was a strong connection. And so I think that's really what we are tapping into here. The Mayans and the Egyptians are both very well known for these calendars that worked on these very, very large galactic cycles. And most notably, the Egyptian pyramids in this alignment are the way the pyramids are structured are aligned with the Orion stars there. And so that's really sort of what we're moving to with this transmission, or the intention behind it, at least from where I'm sitting. You might have your own intentions, and that's great. A lot of people talk about manifestation, that this alignment will really help us find that essence of manifestation. And I think that's beautiful. But I think one of the things that I find uh, important in this work is to understand that the alignments are a tool, but you are the portal. So, what we're really manifesting here is a deep connection, our etheric connection, our etheric body, our soul essence, our spiritual essence. We're connecting that to this greater thing, this divine interconnectivity of all things, which is what the ancients did. They understood that in revering these alignments, they were honoring this great cycle that goes far beyond what we can see and touch and hear and feel. And so this idea of manifestation, to me, is really about understanding that manifestation, in whatever way you want to think of that, comes from this inner alignment of our soul essence. Because in that, we are already in abundance. We already have everything. We are being supported and taken care of. And so that's what this is really about, to find a deeper connection to that alignment with creator, with source, with all that is, and with all the support that we have out in the great unknown, all the guides, the celestial bodies, the ascended masters. They're all here to support us. And so these alignments are a portal, but really you are the portal. And that is sort of the intention that I would like to suggest for you. So I think we'll leave the talk on 8-8 at that. You may have other things that you understand about it, or other intentions that you want to bring in, and all of that is welcome here. I want to talk for just a moment about the more technical side of this. Now that we got the actual technology sorted out. But as far as your setup goes, you can receive this however you want, meaning positionally, laying down, sitting up. If you want to change your position at any point, totally fine. For this particular transmission, particularly if you see me for my light body activations, obviously this is set up a little bit different. I will have my eyes closed for the whole thing, so you don't necessarily need your cameras on. If you want to leave them on, that's fine. There's no right or wrong way for you to receive the energy. And in the same way that we're all unique individuals, we will all have unique experiences. So I won't plant any particular seeds or ideas about what you're supposed to experience, because there isn't any right or wrong way. Just allow yourself to be very open to receiving, and whatever that looks like and feels like for you. This transmission for me is really connecting to the angelic realm. I have a strong connection with that realm, and I'm just opening up an energetic field and allowing that presence to move through. So you may have an awareness of that. You may feel your own guides coming in. Again, there's a wide array of ways that people experience this. Part of why I wanted to get the technology working is that I do tend to speak light language during this transmission, and it's nice if you can hear that. So, and I will be playing music, obviously. So The light language may be strong and loud. It may be more subtle. It sort of comes in and out. I don't have a particular format for it. It's just flowing through, it's channeling through. So you may hear it, you may not. Either way, it's okay. The energy behind it is there. And I think that's another thing about this alignment with Sirius. It's, you know, the Earth and our sun and Sirius is it's amplifying the light codes that are coming in. And so the light language is helping amplify that. And these energies are really just a gateway to higher states of consciousness. And that's what we're here to do. This awakening process is very complex, as you may have noticed. I think most of you have probably been on this path for a while. And there are a lot of challenges to it, unquestionably, especially right now. And I think, you know, we're not here to solve world problems, but what we are here to do is to go deeper into our own internal space and start peeling back some of the layers of conditioning and finding those authentic truths that get really hidden and embedded deep, deep down in there. And that process of untangling all that can be very messy. So if you find that you are at times going through a lot of difficulty in this awakening process, if somebody told you somewhere along the line that awakening was going to be blissful and beautiful and all roses and unicorns, you may have been blindsided at some point by the difficulty that presents. But that is part of the process. We have to move through the difficulty in order to find those spaces of bliss. And we get tastes of that within these transmissions. We can come into those sort of very esoteric states of expanded energy and expanded consciousness. And within that, we find that connection to some energy that we know is both within us and around us and outside of us. It's this unity consciousness. And so the whole reason I'm going down this path about talking about how difficult it can be is really twofold. Number one, I just want to validate for people that things can be difficult. And it doesn't mean that anything's wrong. In fact, it means that you're really on the right path. But secondly, that the most important tool we have in this awakening process is our awareness, our perception. The more we can see from different aspects, different points of view, higher points of view, the easier, I'm not saying easy, but the easier it can be to move through the difficult times, because our lens starts to broaden and widen, so we can really start to see that even though things may feel tight and constricted, that constriction is part of a bigger process of expansion and contraction, growth and destruction. These are the cycles of the entire universe. These are the cycles of awakening. So that is what we aim to do, is to allow ourselves to be open to receiving, knowing that whatever comes in is perfect for us in this moment, and that there's no right or wrong. And so within that, just by proxy of us opening ourselves and receiving, we are expanding our consciousness, because every new experience, every new state we come into is feeding directly into the collective. And that is expanding consciousness, not just within ourselves, but of humanity. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, my lovelies. I think we'll leave all the words to rest and we will go ahead and dive in. I'm going to lead into this with about a 5-6 minute guided meditation just to sort of bring us into a state of presence. And then the transmission itself, like I said, it will be playing music. The transmission itself will be probably about, I think it's about 35, maybe 40 minutes, somewhere in there. And then after that, well, we'll see after that. Usually I say a few words. We may just be in silence for a short while. There won't be any sharing or anything like that. So go ahead and get yourself set up, however you would like. And again, if at any point you feel that you want to shift your position, feel free. So just taking these first couple moments here to close the eyes and allow the body to begin to settle and quiet. And allow the reverberation of all the words and the thoughts and the ideas, allow that to begin to soften. You can think of a pebble thrown into a still pond. When we're speaking and listening and there's thoughts and ideas, there's a ripple. But eventually, when we come into stillness, ripple gets softer and quieter until it eventually stills. So take a moment here to just observe your physical body. Our bodies are always operating in the present moment. And so by simply tuning in to this beautiful physical vessel that you live in, you can become more present, letting go of any reverberation of the mind. Whether you're seated or laying down, take a moment to just notice the ground below you, beyond the chair, the bed, the floor, the cushions, the actual earth herself. And allow yourself to really soften the body, letting go of any tension and relaxing into this feeling of being held by our Divine Mother, Gaia. And take a moment to feel your breath. Just noticing this beautiful divine life force that is right here, right now, already flowing through you without you doing anything. Now softly bring your attention up to your heart, this physical space of your heart, which is also the emotional space of the heart, and the energetic and spiritual space of the heart, all housed together in this same space. So just tuning into the energy of the heart. And imagining that you could feel with each and every soft inhalation a gentle expansion of the heart chakra. Every exhale just settles into that expansion, ready to be expanded just a little bit more on the next inhale. And then gently bringing your attention higher to your third eye and crown area. The connecting points of inner vision, inner wisdom, and a reception point for higher wisdom to come, to connect. You don't need to do anything other than to have an awareness that we are already connected. We already contain all of the wisdom and deep knowledge. We carry that embedded in every cell of this physical body that we've incarnated in. We've carried it over from all of our lifetimes, all of the work that we've done in previous incarnations, whether human or non-human. We are here in this moment in time to remember, that divine wisdom. So simply allowing yourself to soften into that knowledge and then let it go. All is taken care of. You are in the right time, the right place, doing the right thing at every moment. You are being led, you're being held, you're being guided, divinely guided. So allow yourself to simply receive in any way, in every way that presents for you.
Satyana Mahata Akati Isiti Shinyonomo Soiha Nomia Sata Itukuno Shunyamata Isi Sisi Tukuno Mononoya Onyamata Ase Hitukuno Motuko So Atiatu Uhu Namaishai Itukuno Sotoya Hamna Ataki Isi Ishononomo Oto Osunanai Oho no Itawasai Shimono Kotoi Sawama Nyumononoto Asata Ikatino no Shuayama Shututua Amna Isiti Taku Matueta Simotoe Mai Shinyan Esitet Kutuna Manata Atai Hisato Onamai Takisi Washuto Onanai Saite Hinya Otuatawaha Mata Mwasa Taishimna Koawamna Nusonana Itakunoto Komodo no Shoyana Tia Tiata Atakanunomo Sotoishiti Kapa Ohonono Imnyanana sate tikititi shuni monono esate manaite. Iwatum no 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 ya sutono makatai siti shinyanama. Ya watu imana hitukutuno murkutui shawao monono soite. Watoi takalma. Noto itakama hai isushunya namanana itakisutima no sutukama. Nanana itakishun. Wow. Manana satai tiktishinya nanoi satai timini hinya nanoi satai shitini mahai take sitini mananoi sawai tai shio noi ai tamato nanoi sai shi shinya nanoi soima. Otomatututuikana shate sinyamanana ete tisi etaha ete kinonono maasha itaha maahata ko ohono no 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 emata katikiti shinyamanasha. Shunamono isatait kinemeta itakaosu. Anyamanono ina isiti itukunono shuta. Ha tukushunimanash. Shutututumono isatai. Otoitait kinemait kisida sunum. tai tai siana mai tikitutui sham. Honononoea sai te shimononoea. Hata ataku oshunyam. Ipatata tui sam nam naiti. Shitati monoea isita ka ai. Hi shunyamananaiti silai. Kita mai ka awoshu. Iwatahana mananoeta isete shinya. Notohanati. Nomoto isata chirkuno no sha takini masutu tu imenam night nishiti tuno sutu. Humuno no ita isata kitina shinya manana isata kunush. Ah, tuku namarakutu. Yao. Tu ine manakana sai. Oh. Kuno shunyamana asete shinyama asete tikisete hamna nana isete kuno shupta nana isete tiki tukutukush atak tu kanamana atasete shinyamana nana isete. Ata hoto oto namanasha teketisi tunamakashun namananand. No hoto oto okunama otoku osoto ishin yamanasi tikiti otunama. Tama tutu itakata asatu nyamanushui tanyanai. Namatutu esa nyamaha shitianyana kutu esata ete mononoma na itikiti sitinanashi. Hawata ananana sata kinishi wato isaptuni manan. Hitu tutuni mana sata ishitina mamai. Notoinama itikina shatinama itakesi hishanamai. Tutapata ikatishinyana satete katulana. Inena iti satatutukuna doyasa. Oya haya Toitamai takiti tunyamanashate sim inanai satik tunamashat koi sate inimanas ishtinanano satyamanase shuto tukun manana sate si. No eseta et kun inanai sati itikiti itkusho onimanai satikiti no shunimanasate onimanai si. No te amata te kuno no no so te manai. Suputo tuita mai ti se tina no mo nyamana manaka se te shi. No ta katukutu mana sa ta shi te mono mana. Inyananai si tuku awa ma no e shai. No e sa ti te tu. Bueno. Inimoto tsukanasa tai te shiawahama. Onu no e mai ta akatisi. No mato itaka atukuno no shoto e mahai. Itakututu nama shotai si anyanai. Ono no soto e taha akatatutu na shete. Inyanana no mo isata sutu na manakatai tiki isitiana no man. No esatai shishi ni mama etai tiki tukutu isawai. Oshunya namai te siti tukututu nama. Nyamana etiti ki awo sutu ahai. Inyamana etesi. Yameta isete kututun nama itiki isitianano isanana. Ituku otona manano ai siti shin manana doina ai nanani siti kiti nana amna ata 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 kiti iti sunyana no ma. Allow yourself to be fully conscious in this expanded state. The state is a deeper aspect of you, the real you. You're in a powerful process of awakening to states and spaces and aspects of our true divine selves. Allow that memory to come online. Feel it in the cells that are vibrating within you right now. I invite you to stay in this expanded state for as long as feels good for you. And whenever you're ready to come down and come back into your normal waking state, make that effort to bring this essence in to your waking state, to bridge these two states consciously. These energies will continue to unfold. They will continue to open in different ways. And of course, this celestial alignment, this portal is open for several days longer. So stay connected consciously. You're always connected. So we will bring this time together to an end. If you feel called at some point to reach out and let me know how the transmission was for you, I'm always overjoyed to hear and feel and understand the ways that we are interconnected through these energies. Send you deep love and gratitude for your presence today and for all the work that you're doing out in the world. Sending you lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night. And I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.